Good afternoon. And today we're back in Newcastle, next to the Centre of Life. But before the Centre of Life was here, this area was covered by Newcastle Cattle Market and Marlborough Crescent Bus Station. So we're going to have a look at the history around this area. So let's begin. So large open livestock pens, bus stands and an extensive surface parking area for the new automobiles. They occupied what is now Tyne Square and Centre of Life. We're at the bottom end, just off Fourth Banks. Before it was built, and somewhere just behind me there, the top of Fourth Banks, was Newcastle's old infirmary. The original infirmary was founded in 1751 and opened in October 1753, and it was built roughly around about there in front of us. And it was just south of where the Centre of Life stands today. It was closed and moved to what is now the RVI in 1906. And the old buildings actually stood here till 1954. And before the Centre of Life was built, the archaeologists moved in and exhumed 43 articulated inhumation alongside a quality of dislocated bones. Many bodies had been wrapped in a simple shroud or a blanket secured with pins. The skeletons showed clear physical evidence of human dissection and autopsy techniques. Historians note that the likely reflected clandestine or early teaching practices used by medical students attached to the old infirmary. And you can see a cattle market which opened on July 27, 1803 on what was known then as Knox Fields. It was all across here and onto the edge. This area as well. And also in the early 20th century became street parking. And there was a bustling livestock hub that quickly rivaled and overtook older rival markets like Morpeth. And we'll just walk up and see the one remaining piece from the cattle market as we get actually into Tyne Square. And this is it here. It's the old keeper's office and toll house. And it was designed by John Dobson. And then was built in 1842 and further extended in 1843. The cattle market itself started growing in decline in the 1960s, and the area of Newcastle became neglected and disused. The market finally closed down in the early 1990s, and most of the market footprint is now occupied by the Centre of Life, although this Grade 2 listed market keeper's office and toll house still stands. As a reminder, it was once here. You can see it's a Grade 2 listed. And we're in the Tyne Square next to the Centre of Life. And roughly out this area, Times Square, used to be Newcastle Marlborough Crescent bus station, which opened in the late 1920s. And for over 60 years it served as a major transport hub for passengers travelling west along a Tyne Valley, Cumberland Road and northwest Durham. The station closed in the 1980s and was demolished to make way for the Life Centre. It was built in the late 1920s by Newcastle City Council and served, like I say, the southwest and west of Newcastle, where Warwick Street served the southeast and Haymarket served the northeast. And it was mainly occupied and used by Northern and United bus companies. The station was named after that street there, which is Marlborough Crescent. Centre Life was opened in May 2000 and was designed by Sir Terry Farrell. And in recent years, the Tyne village has employed around 600 people and incorporates a Life Science Centre, an award-winning visitors attraction and education facility. There are research facilities housing biotechnology companies and internationally renowned institutes belonging to Newcastle University. There are also NHS clinics dealing with fertility and regenerative medicine therapies. It was a major centre for the COVID-19 vaccinations. It seems strange that it once started as an infirmary for the sick and a cemetery for the ones that didn't survive. It becomes a centre for life and a place to science about fertility. But that's the changes this has made. It's quite remarkable. And then you put in the comments below if you can remember standing in the windy, drafty, cold station waiting for a bus. Or if you even always remember the cattle market. Put it in the comments. If you like this sort of video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell for future videos, and we'll see you on the next one. So thanks for watching.